When I think about resilience, I think about our ability as a community to move in the direction of having every person in this city have an equal shot at a great life.
What resiliency means to me is sustainability despite the variables. That despite the adversity or what one may face, it's not about just survival, but thriving in spite of it.
When I hear the word resiliency, I hear determination, fortitude, and a continual effort.
What resiliency means to me is if a community or a person has something happen, some kind of adversity happen, that it's not necessarily always what happened, it's how we react to what happened, how we move through it and survive and thrive and look back, learn from it, and go on.
Well, the general definition of resilience is the ability to bounce back or to adapt well when faced with adversity. And as a Cherokee, it's more than that. Resiliency is the interaction between our environments and our families and our communities and our history. It encompasses our ability to face trauma and to move forward as a way to resolve, heal, and accept life in the present.
Resiliency in Tulsa, what that means to me, especially after working on the strategy, is that we are addressing policies in a way that makes Tulsa's systems more accessible to all Tulsans.
When I think about resilience, I think about change and flexibility. Change is welcome. In a city that is resilient, all people of all kinds of walks of life are welcome and are able to be integrated into the fabric, if you will, of the city.
When I think of the word resiliency, when I think of resilient Tulsa, I think first and foremost about the people of Tulsa. Tulsans are resilient at our core. Tulsans have bounced back from the Trail of Tears. Tulsans have bounced back from the 1921 race massacre. Tulsans have many times bounced back from oil crises, and still here we are ever fighting and moving onward. When you look at the strategy that we're releasing, you might notice that there's not a lot of pictures of buildings. There's mostly pictures of people, because it's not the buildings or the streets that make Tulsa Tulsa, it's the Tulsans. Whether you've been here for 5 generations or 5 minutes, that's what makes us resilient. And it's more than just bouncing back. Resilient Tulsa is about striving, and it's about thriving. We want people to recognize the resilience in themselves, because one resilient Tulsa is made up of 100 resilient neighborhoods and made up of thousands of resilient people. That's really resilient Tulsa to me.